Alright, Rw9 versus Nass. It's time for another Rw9 display on low ping. He's got the EU server ping as he's in Copenhagen preparing for the upcoming major. And he's up against the Saltmine 3 EU champion, Nass, who had a good record against Rw9. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he eliminate him in the top 4? Rw9 ended up going 4th place in every Saltmine event. I'm actually blanking on it, whether or not it was Nass who eliminated him. I think it was. I'll just go really quickly check. Yeah. Oh no, it was actually Naupo who eliminated him. What am I talking about? I know nothing. Where did Nass? Nass definitely did get a win on him. It might have been stage 2 then. Must have been stage 2. Oh no, that was... Yeah, it was. Okay, so Nass' most recent win against Rw9 was indeed in Saltmine 3 stage 2. And yeah, Nass kind of went on a run and beat absolutely everyone. So this is definitely going to be a challenge for Rw9. He was able to handle Moxie yesterday. Let's see how he does against Nass, who, definitely worth mentioning, has had a slightly weaker show match record compared to his tournament record, which was a lot better for him. Will he be able to get into that mindset? Will he be able to find a way through the pretty certified best defender in the world for 1v1? Nass passed to himself off the back wall. Rw9 easily enters the play, jumps over the attempted bump, and kind of gets a good recovery here. Nass missing the mid boost definitely helps, and here comes Rw9 off the wall. Nass with the back wall defense. It goes just low enough on the challenge so as not to get outplayed with the mind game. Back corner defense by Rw9. He looked pretty bulletproof yesterday against Moxie. I think Rw9 comes into this as the favorite. You know, after seeing a 4-0 display versus Moxie, I think most people worldwide would probably pick Rw9 to win against anyone on low ping. I mean, the low ping opium is real. Oh, fake half flip challenge there by Rw9. That's honestly incredible that he's half flipped into the challenge and cancelled it halfway through to end up sticking in position. And Nass with perfect placement ties the game, and he's seeing more success early on than Moxie did in the matchup. Nass backs Rw9 up with a kickoff, but it's not the best shot to follow up. In fact, it's handed possession straight to the Saudi Arabian player. Rw9 from distance. And the reset threat, that's forced Nass to challenge, and the 50-50 is too good. Rw9 leads again, signed 3-2. Is Diaz the best in South American 1v1 right now? I think I would say so, yeah. You can't, like, the thing about 1v1 is if we never rank some players lower for being inactive, then you'll never have you know, enough changes of who's number 1. And right now, out of all the active 1v1 players in South America, Diaz is on top. So I'd say he's on top for yeah, for South America. He's number 1, Sam, for me. Yeah, you have to kind of move it. If somebody goes 6 months without playing, I don't think you can rank them, you know, in the number 1 or top 5 or anything anymore. I think you just have to move them to a separate category where they're just no longer ranked anymore. The thing about unranked players, though, so nice ground pinch save by Rw9 here. The thing about unranked players is it just takes one show match and they're kind of back to being active again. The thing is, I think Jan did play a show match in South America. I forget the channel it was played on. But he played against Misery, one of the players from Shaman Esports, and beat him in it was earlier this month. So he's technically active, but he's not had a win against a high-ranked player. So I'm considering Jan still to be inactive for high-ranked 1v1. Which means, yeah, Diaz unquestionably top for South America. Rw9 with his patented style to air dribble bump save, and that is, of course, to jump as high as possible, fly as high as possible, and then dodge into the ball. He's in a comfortable spot so far in game 1, but here comes Nass with a pre-flip air dribble. The pogo shot. Rw9 has defended very well. I mean, he hits it towards Nass, but it's not an easy shot to get off from that angle. We're now Rw9 off the wall. Air dribble late reset. And the fake underneath, saved by Nass. Both players having success diving down to deny each other from close range. Now it's Nass at the reset, and he goes under as well. Has to put this one in reverse, which he does. And Nass does get his third goal of the game. Looks like Rw9 was anticipating another air dribble bump. He went very, very high with the jump there. And dodged into the ball a little bit too much on the top side. Rw9 not letting Nass turn to play the ball there. And Nass will attack quickly, and there's a beautiful flick from the edge of the box. And we've got a 1-goal game. Rw9 did not get that much of a clear there, didn't really buy him a lot of time. And the quick flick out plays the immediate challenge. Great start for Nass. This would be a huge win for him after the level Rw9 showed yesterday. It's still Rw9 with the advantage. He's led the entire game. And he leads by 2 here. A bit too big of a gap there by Nass as he popped the ball off the sidewall. No threat to prevent Rw9 from turning. Kickoff win for Rw9. Possession, and a strong possession at that, as he chips the ball past Nass and now starts his attack again from the far side of the box. He's circling the edge of the box here, Rw9. Nass landing is good, but Rw9 places the shot beautifully to go up by 7-4. And we have to see Nass POV on this to really understand how difficult of a save that was. Nass preparing to jump in the other direction. Rw9 places it over his shoulder. Now just 33 seconds to go. Nass really needs a goal here. Rw9 is not giving him a free touch on the ball that Nass so badly wants. In fact, he's still taking away the mid boost as well. Rw9 just too quick to the punch here. And that might just be game over for Nass. Another goal would certainly put it beyond all doubt. Double reset for Rw9. Decides to wait with the second dodge as the ball went away from him. And Nass has to score with this attack if he's going to stay in the game. He's not going to do it. Rw9 too strong in game 1. And he'll be holding on to this goal lead by the looks of things as well. Unless Nass can sneak away through. No, he can't. Rw9 might even go for an 8th goal just to rub salt in the wound. Can he get it with a delayed flick? No, but he can keep the ball up. It's a very extended 0-second play, which actually doesn't matter in terms of deciding who wins the game. But it will end up going the way of Rw9, who continues his very comfortable run on the EU server. We do have confirmed Durali versus Naupo. That's going to be happening later on tonight. I'll try and tweet out a time when I know exactly when I'm going to be live. It's still TBC. Yeah, we got a lot of Morocco versus KSA in Salt Mine 3, and now we got a lot of Morocco versus KSA today in 1v1. Nass versus Rw9 up first, and then Naupo Durali later on. It's a great start for Nass in game 2. Ceiling shot from distance over the top of the pre-jumping Rw9. Any 2v2? Yeah, I'm trying to get a 2v2 as well. Trying to make that happen. It doesn't look like G2 are going to be available. Don't want to keep you guys waiting to find that out. A good shot by Nass. Oh, perfect shot. Up 2-0. Attacking from the same position. It was a deep ceiling shot, and now just a very deep wall shot from a similar kind of angle. Both catching Rw9 off the goal line. Yeah, Atto and Vatira are down to play later on today, so that could be happening. Because forced own goal to make it 3. Nass continues to impress in the second game of the series. He's really off to a good start here. VUI, thanks to the Prime. Welcome to the channel. Another decent start here for Nass, but the first touch for Rw9 will put the ball too high over him. Decides to drill the shot towards that back post side. Nass is all over him before he can turn. A little subtle fake challenge there by Rw9. Nass has completely faked him out though. It's 4-0. What a display by the Moroccan to kick things off. Still a long time to go in this game, of course, and Rw9 on the ball with all the options. Decides to go for the air dribble immediately. It's a bump follow-up, and he lands it. You know, Nass did jump pretty early for this one. I don't know if he needed to. Obviously, he's scared of the reset, so he's jumping in case Rw9 starts to line up for one. When he did, he had no momentum. Kind of made himself an easy target for Rw9 to dive bomb. Rw9 wasting a bit of time, trying to close the distance as well, which he does. He's bumped Nass a second time. Nass shrugs it off, keeps control in the back corner. It's a great first touch by Nass. He's trying to make it 5-1. Can't do it with that flick. Rw9 launching himself back into the midfield. And not quickly enough to dispossess Nass, who's going for an air dribble off his own back corner wall now. Flip reset lands short, and looks like landing for Nass is not going to be as clean as the balls. Can he still get back in time? Yes, he can. He might even be threatening a counter-attack. Rw9 cuts it off. Rw9 missing an opportunity there. I believe he could have scored if he was a little bit faster with the shot. Now indecisiveness for Rw9. Nass with a 5th goal from a Rw9 possession. There was, you know, quite a lot of options there for Rw9. He was sort of between shooting and dribbling. Ended up doing neither. Now this is the first time we've seen Rw9 in trouble in a game between yesterday and today. And Nass pressure is real. Outshooting Rw9 8 shots to 4 here. It's not all been ground game. He's had lots of aerial plays as well. What a goal that is. Rw9 went for the back wall demo. So Nass wasted no time in launching the ball into his net from inside his own half. That hasn't even bounced. He's just flicked it into Rw9's net mid-air from the halfway line. In fact, from inside the halfway line. Like I was saying, it's not just a ground game for this guy. He's mostly known for his ground game style, but he has become such a well-rounded player. That's 7-1, a Rw9 misplay leaves the ball in front of the net. Trying to take control here. Nass was in the area, able to pounce on the ball. Still a long time to go in this game. 6-goal lead for Nass. Rw9 going to stick around for now, try and make the comeback happen. It's not a bad position for him, actually. I mean, he's got control of the ball. Nass just calls his bluff and beats him to it again. It's 8-1, and that might be all Rw9 wants to see from this game. Well, he's not forfeited yet. Looks like he may continue to play on. The quality from Nass has been unreal in this second game. He has been clinical. He has proven that Rw9 can be scored on consistently. And he can even be stopped. Oh, wait a minute. It looked like he had the save there. What happened to the ball? In fact, yeah, Nass is watching the replay as well. I think he probably thinks he saved this. The server says no. Oh, he jumped a second time. I think maybe if he dodged, he would have saved this. But the jump delayed the touch just ever so slightly. And it did go into his net. Still 8-2 though for Nass. And another possession, which he could decide to control. No, he shoots first time. Rw9 with a very impressive pre-jump to save it. Well, maybe not pre-jump, but immediate reaction without a doubt. Nass may have beamed this though. Rw9 with an opening, and it's back to a 5-goal difference. Well, Nass could definitely have controlled the previous possession play, knocked a couple seconds off the clock. I think it's at that stage in the game where it's wise to do that. Just try and play for the possession, play for the time wasting. Just a little bit, maybe not too much. But you know that Nass is very capable of doing that. And against a player like Rw9, who's starting to build the threat of a comeback, you don't want there to be any time left in the game. You want this to be essentially over as early as possible. Nass denying Rw9 the point-blank range rebound and a dunk attached to it. Nass will counter-attack and score. And he is right back to a fully controlled situation. In fact, Rw9 does call next, and that makes sense. I think, you know, he's going for the comeback there, but as soon as he loses 1 goal, he's thinking, yeah, let's just go into the next game. Start fresh. But Nass takes down Rw9 in a game, which, going by yesterday's results, is a very impressive thing to accomplish. Game 3, kickoffs will be key here. Nass has looked extremely scary when he can get control of the ball quickly after a kickoff. Well, let's see what Rw9 has got planned. Well, that's a good start. Nass thought the fight was for the back corner boost, and Rw9 has simply shot into the net to go up 1-0. It looks like Nass expected Rw9 to continue driving forward with him, and he was trying to box him off the corner boost. Rw9 hit brakes and had an easy open net. Rw9 flipping away to defend his net. Nass one step ahead of him, takes it to the mid boost. Now he's into the air with a flip reset. It looks like he just shot that straight into Rw9 though. Rw9 taking his time with the conversion, but Nass is coming back, so he will score. And if Nass was trying to play for the little half volley as the ball bounces back up towards him, probably wanted to do it from a little bit further away from the goal. So those point blank range shots makes it easier for the defender to get in the way of the ball. Nass opens up the angle with a dribble, fakes out Rw9 and scores. I mean, this is just masterful positioning from Nass. The pace was threatening enough that Rw9 felt the need to close the gap. Otherwise, he's opening himself up to a point blank range shot from a very quick run up. He didn't want to do that, and Nass adapted perfectly. And Nass confidently off the ceiling again. Rw9 has a huge ceiling challenge though, and an open net at the other end, which he scores. Well, actually it wasn't open by the time he shot it. Took a little bit of time with it, and that allowed Nass to speed flip back into position. And you know what, that may have been savable. It was a very awkward one. It definitely was savable though. Rw9 not going to back off too much in this matchup. The last goal he's conceded and the last goal he scored have come from aggressive challenges, and so is this one. A brief fake challenge and then a turn with a real one. And now Nass struggling, it seems, to read Rw9's defensive posturing. I think one thing that we can all agree will definitely be easier for Rw9 to hit on low ping is a good 50-50, and it's not like his 50-50s are known for being weak anyway. But that one goes right past him. Nass extremely strong with the 50-50 there. Looks like Rw9 did not have a dodge to work with by the time he flew all the way back down there. In fact, he definitely wouldn't have. So usually when Rw9 is flying down to 50-50 the ball, he does have a dodge. That time a bit too much distance and he couldn't do it. But the low 50 will go through for Rw9 here. Is this going to drop down on target though? No, it's not. That was a nightmare of a position for Rw9. Still though, the bump and the follow through will net him a goal. But initially that was the most awkward ball possible. It was not getting off the post, and it was unscorable. Rw9 with the back corner boost seal. A lot of space to dribble into. He goes straight for the net though with the direct air dribble, and it's a great call. Rw9 knew there's a decent chance Nass is on just that one boost pad here. Not a lot of momentum. And instead of dribbling the ball back to the midfield, giving Nass time to grab small boost pads, he just went straight for the far post top corner. Another kickoff win for Rw9. Into the air he goes again. These first touches, every time, putting the ball in very threatening positions. Rw9 escapes the demo chase down the line, and he's got a good position for himself in defense here. Nass looking to find a way through though, and he does. Well played. This is not an easy place to score from. Rw9 probably could have stuck to the ball there, but that touch kind of gave it away to Nass. I think if he had hit a softer first touch there, or if he just let the ball go alongside him, he would have been just fine. He ended up too alongside the ball and couldn't really do anything about it. Nass with the demo and Rw9 while he's landing from a flip. Immediate attack afterwards. The shot lackluster, straight down the middle. Rw9 didn't need to use any boost there. He's faked a challenge, spun around, reversed into a challenge. Nass saw it coming, deflected into the back corner, but he's completely messed up his flip reset here. Rw9 with a couple of wave dashes in the wall manages to secure the boost and the possession and an open net as well. Positional play so effortless for the Saudi Arabian pro. Every wave dash so meaningful. as he goes ahead 7-3. Nass able to dodge earlier than Rw9 in a couple of these kickoffs just to win that race to the side boost, even though he starts off at a losing position. Great save by Rw9, hitting his own back wall intentionally. Now he's shooting into Nass's back wall, maybe a bit too close to the goal for it to really be a threat, but Nass unable to grab the back corner boost. So Rw9 is continuing to threaten shots. Little fake jump gets Nass into the air. Rw9 following him the entire way, lands on his back wall. He is just a complete wall in defense in some of these positions. Nass not attacking badly. And that one might be in the bad attack category, might have bitten off more than he can shoot. Rw9 with plenty of boost to get back to the ball. Flip reset, dunk, deflected wide by Nass. Rw9 will win the race to the back corner boost, but he gets spun out on his way back to his own half. Luckily for him, Nass does not have the boost to continue attacking. Fake airball shot by Rw9 into the 50-50. These are safe continuations by Rw9. Good read on the post bounce. It's a nasty bounce for Nass as well. Rw9 takes it up to the ceiling. Floor pinches a 50 into him. And gets back into defense again. Nass needs a goal. Fake ceiling shot into the air dribble now. Low reset. And Rw9 just watches and waits the entire time. That's going to be a next call from Nass. 8 goals to 3 in game 3. And 2-1 lead in the series for the Saudi Arabia. If you are just tuning into this match midway through the series, then remember I will be live later on tonight with more show matches, possibly a 2v2 show match followed by another Morocco vs KSA 1v1 in Drali vs Naupo. And more information about that on my Twitter later, so do follow me on Twitter using !Twitter in chat or to scroll down underneath the stream. Alternatively, if you're watching on YouTube, just scroll down underneath the video. You can find my Twitter link there. It's where I post information about all my streams and everything else I get involved with. So another good start for Nass. And another very good start for Nass, 2-0. And you know, the one game he did win was a bit of a blowout in this series, so even though he's lost twice, I don't think he'll be feeling too bad just yet. Knows that it's all about kickoff possession plays for him. It's all about keeping the pressure on Rw9. You cannot let this guy get comfortable in defense. Because if you do, it's going to be a long, long time before you can get a goal against him. Nass with an early shot. High towards Rw9's goal. Rw9 looking for the inside of the post there with his clear. And he gets it and then carries on to chase Nass down the line. Nass has to be careful, like get dunked on here. He is careful. And now the counter-attack is on. Rw9 going straight back down the middle of the pitch. Big challenge, but Nass playing for the back corner boost. Not going to be too sad about how that one played out. Double reset for Nass. Wants a triple, but he's lost control. Oh, it's a big misplay. And you can see the frustration with the brief camera flick as Rw9 strikes from his own half. And that was a total giveaway of possession there. Nass trying to go a bit too crazy. When you've got a 2-goal lead, I don't know if that's the play against someone like Rw9. Air dribble bump from Rw9. Nass, oh, what a save. Waits for Rw9 to fly over him and then leans back up into the ball to pop it into the crossbar. That's a super difficult save to execute when the air dribble is coming in low. Perfect timing by Nass, and he scores with a huge stuff on Rw9's challenge at the other end. Jockstar time, thanks for 73 month Prime. Welcome back, buddy. How you doing? It's good to see you. Rw9 air dribble from the ground, from deep inside his own half. He's executed that very efficiently, but decided not to go all in anyway. And maybe he wishes he did, because he's conceded pretty quickly after the fact, played for the boost steal instead of a more attacking idea, and he ended up on the complete wrong side of the ball there. Rw9 quick to seal Nass boost away, demos him on the turn as well. He has all the options in the world here, opts for the aerial again from the ground. Late reset attempt by Rw9, and a top corner finish, that's more like it. Not really much chance for Nass on that play. He backed off to the 100 boost, lunged in, and honestly had great goal coverage there. Nass was covering the vast majority of the goal. However, the one part that he wasn't covering was the top corner, and that's exactly where Rw9 has shot the ball. Oh wow, Rw9 actually bumps Nass off the boost there. Nass was beating him to it. Bit of a frustrating exchange for Nass, but he does come away with the ball anyway. And he saved up a lot of his boost even while making that overhead save. Rw9 needs to be careful here. Dangerous to turn and face Nass, but he finds a way to do so. Quick up into the air though is Nass. How about that for a challenge? Complete soul read on Rw9's aerial takeoff. And a goal off the back of the challenge. I mean, Nass just got so much more elevation on the turn. 5-2. Another great game for Nass. It's quite interesting that none of the games have been particularly close just yet. I mean, they've been close-ish at some points, but they've all finished off quite comfortable for the eventual winner. Rw9 cuts the lead back to 2 goals with a quick turn and a perfectly placed shot over the top of Nass, who is circling to get small boost near his own goal. Yeah, they're both on EU server. Rw9 is he's in Europe prepping for the major with his team, Falcons, and Nass is back in Europe as well after the split concluded in NA. Well, this is a very interesting goal. Rw9 pre-jumped, probably expecting the threat of a flick or a pop to the top shelf, but Rw9, or Nass rather, was actually just dropping the ball to prep for a 50-50, and when he realized that Nass had, or sorry, that Rw9, I'm getting these players' names mixed up about as much as you can here. What I'm saying is Nass probably didn't expect the bottom corner to be open, but it was. Rw9 keeping him honest though in this game. That's a very unnecessary play again by Nass. Second time in the game here, he's gone for something exceptionally difficult, and it has not worked out. Triple reset earlier on gave a free goal to Rw9. Now the backflip into the reset attempt with only 20 boost from his own back wall, equally unsuccessful. Boost steal at the other end for Nass. Rw9 tried to take that one across the backboard. The ball didn't sit on the back wall. Good dodge on the demo by Nass as Rw9 circled aggressively. Now straight down the middle. And Nass let that one roll off the front of his car a bit too much. The flick was not on and he went for it anyway. Immediate shot by Rw9 with a lot of power on it, but Nass is recovering quickly. Rw9 knows. He has to get back equally fast there. Went for the flip reset fake that time, and Nass read it. That is a big read by Nass. The flip reset by Rw9 landed a good bit before Nass could put a challenge in. Instead of panicking, he just trusted his... I think he just trusted his angle of approach more than anything there, because he had the high reset covered, and he also had a good touch on the ball even if the high reset wasn't coming through. Good fake by Nass. It's going to be 8-4. It's not the only fake he had in this play. He also kind of faked to grab the mid boost as well. Rw9 thought it was contested, backed off a bit too much. These little wiggles by Nass are really causing Rw9 a lot of problems. Rw9 going to stick in the game though for now. It's a counter-attack with a couple wave dashes, and the flick does not set up well there for Rw9. The ball kicked too high up off the front of his car, and he couldn't actually flick it there. And none of these fakes are working anymore. Nass is just playing the ball, and he is succeeding as a result. Once again, the Rw9 going to stick in the game. See if he can produce a late comeback here. It's a great flip reset. Lob by Nass though, 10-4, and that probably will be game over. Yes, it is, but we'll take another look at that one from Nass. Look at the placement here. Lobbing the ball. Top bins. Over the top of the pre-jump. And we will be tied going into game 5. Yeah, a couple people asking about G2. Yeah, they're not available today. I don't know if they will be another day, but I'm leaving for Copenhagen tomorrow, so I haven't asked. Yeah, we'll see if anyone else can organize something with them. I know everybody wants to see 2v2 series between Daniel Beast Mode and 2v2 duos from other teams. Have we ever seen an international 2v2 series between Daniel and Beast Mode and any other team? I know they played a lot of best of ones and they've played 2v2 a bunch inside of a best of 7 at Gamers 8. I don't remember if they've played a 2v2 series internationally before. I don't think so. It's a good finish there by Rw9. Nass kind of gave it to him though. Bit of a blunder in defense. It's interesting that for a lot of this series, Nass has done a better job saving a bit of boost and being able to generate more momentum immediately after kickoff so that he can win the race to the ball, win the race to the boosts. Slow, methodical air dribble by Rw9, and equally methodical finish. I mean, look how slow this attack is, but at no point can Nass really put a foot in, because as soon as he goes, Rw9 just gets it delicately over his shoulder. So tough to stop that the entire time Rw9 behind the ball, making it very difficult mentally to challenge him, because you know that you're going to have to win a 50-50 if you do. And again, Rw9 has gone right through him. It's 3-1. Nass did dive from close range here, and it didn't need to be much of a touch to go past him. Rw9 outplaying Nass again. Dan Mode are the best 2s team in the world. Well, they might be, but we don't know, because we haven't seen any 2v2 recently. I really want to see, you know, 2v2 tournament / lots of series. Oh, what a goal if that goes in. Oh, it hasn't gone in though. Nass denied the tightest angle. Absolute laser of a double tap by the crossbar. Yeah, there is no certified best 2v2 team because there hasn't been a 2s tournament, unfortunately. This is very hard to... I mean, it's even more speculation than 1s and 3s to talk about 2v2. And I mean, if, like, okay, just to talk about that briefly, because we had this problem in 1v1 in the past. There is a long time in 1v1, especially for North America 1v1, where some of the best North American 1v1 players simply stopped playing, and then for years after they literally stopped playing the game mode, people would still bring up those players as maybe the best 1v1 player in the region. You know, talking about players like Lachinio stopped playing when he was kind of on top. Squishy stopped playing when he was on top. Farskiller stopped playing when he was on top for a while, then he started playing again. Now, when that happens, when somebody stops playing for like a year plus competitively in the game mode, you cannot put them in the conversation of best in the region anymore. You just can't. Otherwise, the title never moves. For example, while we're talking about this, Ras is just scoring worldies, by the way. But yeah, if you never move the crown due to inactivity, then there is no incentive for players to be active, which is a problem. You need to encourage activity. So, you know, in 1v1 right now, some people would say that, you know, Daniel's the best in the world for 1v1 because he won Salt Mine 3 North America and he beat Nass in one show match. But I think that just discourages activity from him and from other players if you say that. Right now, I'm not willing to put him number 1 because he's inactive for me. I think the last time he played was Salt Mine 3. I don't think he played since then, which was in December. So 3 months inactivity. At this point, I think you've got to move the number 1 title to somebody active. The same thing for 2v2. Like 2v2, we've not had any comp 2v2 since, well, we've not had any actual, like, solo queue is a different event because there weren't any teams for solo queue. It's kind of unique. But we haven't had any comp 2v2 since Gamers 8, which is 9 months ago, or something like that, 8 months. So you can't talk about Gamers 8 best in the world 2v2. Like, if any, like, you know, honestly, 2v2 show match comes up with best in the world players, you can just give one of those guys the title of team to beat right now. But you're perfectly able to speculate. You can speculate whoever you want as best. It's just dangerous to call a team or a player best in the world after months and even years in certain timelines of complete inactivity in the game mode. It's just bad for the game mode if you do that. So that's where I'm at. Oh, Nass has overhit that first touch. What was that? It's complete open net miss there, but he didn't actually get to shoot the open net because he overhit the first touch. I don't hesitate to do it for EU. Well, I mean, I say the same thing about EU players. Like, would I call Zen best in the world for 1v1 right now? Well, no, because he's inactive. so I wouldn't call him best in the world. I think you've got to reward activity in some way. You've got to encourage activity, otherwise the game mode will just be very stagnant. Yeah, right now, luckily for 1v1, there's periods of activity pretty regularly. For the past like year and a half, like all the best players have been active at some point with semi-regularity. And obviously during the RLCS season you can't expect activity in 1s and 2s and 3s players. So the fact that they are active at all is almost a bonus. But yeah, best in the world 2v2 for me is very much up in the air. I don't know who best in the world 2v2 is because we haven't had a tournament recently to really show who the best in the world is. So if there is a big 2s tournament, like international 2s tournament on Monday, for example, with 8 teams in it, let's say that there were maybe, let's say Furia played in a 2s tournament, maybe the MENA teams played. Oh, nice shot by Rw9 here. Yeah, if the 2 MENA teams played, if Furia played, if you know, maybe Gen G played, and then a bunch of EU teams played in a 2s tournament right now on Monday, and Daniel and Beast Mode didn't play, I would probably call the winner of that 2s tournament the best in the world because they actually played, you know? That's obviously up to you to decide if you operate like that. That's how I kind of operate. I think it's a good thing overall to do that. Yeah, if there was a 2s tournament on Monday with like a big team in EU, MENA, and Daniel and Beast Mode playing and Daniel Beast Mode won it, I would say there you go. They're the best at 2s. Simple. It's as simple as that. You need to encourage activity, you need to encourage show matches and tournaments to happen between top players. Alright, let's see if Rw9 will end this in 6 or will he go to game 7. Nass has started off the 2 games that he won exceptionally quickly with lots of goals. And he hasn't got an immediate goal early here, which is great news for Rw9, but he might still get one. There's insane speed from Nass on that play. Rw9 was not ready for it, and it is the opening goal for the Moroccan in the very next play. By the way, I should probably mention I am not hinting at a tournament on Monday. I'm just saying if there was a tournament on Monday, but I don't know if there is anything on Monday. I hope there is, but it won't be on my channel because I'll be in Copenhagen. So I can't do that. Yeah, I would welcome it from another creator. I'd promote it. I'd tweet about it for sure if it happened. Yeah, what do you guys think? If you had to say right now who the best... I mean, I'd say just nobody gets to be the title of best 2s right now. I don't think anyone is, because there are no tournaments. So I'm saying no one personally is the best. But yeah, who do you guys say? Who's the best 2s team? I'm not willing to give anyone the title currently. But yeah, if there was a 2s tournament, there would be lots of different teams that would be valid predictions to win for sure. Oh, what a flick by Rw9. It's saved well by Nass, so follow through boost steal by Rw9 and a perfect first touch on the turn. This is going to be dangerous for the Moroccan. He's missed it as Rw9 fakes him out and it bounces in. Well, that first touch by Rw9 really put Nass in a lot of trouble here. He was probably preparing for a bit of a later attack, and on the turn Rw9 just pinged it perfectly into no man's land where Nass could not attack it. Rw9 still all of today looking like the slightly stronger player. And this really would be a very, very strong case for him right now in the world of 1v1. Because anytime we have seen him in low ping, he's looked unstoppable. That's 2-2. Rw9 back in it. And the flip reset top bins. Nass has been quick to compliment Rw9 anytime he does perfectly placed resets to the top corner. That is such a exquisite finish with the 2 touches, almost flicking it out of the air there as he took the shot. Rw9 trying to take the ball back to defense. Nass not going to let that happen. Tried to chip it backboard, missed it. It's obviously a very precise touch needed there, but still a bad miss for Nass. And he's missed the backboard double as well. This is very dangerous. Rw9 shoots it behind him. That's an intelligent shot. Difficult to save that. Very difficult to clear it as well, even if he does get a touch on it. Rw9 on a 3-goal run in Game 6. He's going to take away the back corner boost as well. Can Nass beat him to the ball though? Yes, he can. Rw9 oversteps in the back corner. I think he revealed his intentions a touch too early there. Oh, good wave dash by Nass on the wall. After popping that, he still had a dodge. Wave dashed on the wall to build up some speed before turning. And that is probably the speed that Rw9 failed to calculate. He thought that Nass was simply jumping onto the wall and that he would have time to seal the boost away. He was mistaken. Pogo shot failed there by Nass. Rw9 tried to pop it over him. It's good control by Nass. He's got to be careful here though, having to run away down the line. Rw9 opting to play the ball instead of tripping up his opponent. Nass will not return the favor, and he's going to lead by 1 off the back of this. And we could definitely still see a Game 7 here. Nass has looked like a real challenge for Rw9 today. The one difference we're seeing in this game is he's not gone really all in for the huge plays and completely failed to make them. Still, concedes from the Rw9 ground game. Nass faked a challenge, didn't get anything for it there, and then he just backed off straight down the middle. But he guessed wrong. He was lunging towards the near post there. The flick went behind him. Nass stealing the boost, but doing so with pathing that takes him back towards the ball there. He didn't rush for the boost steal and then turn wide away from the ball. He went around it and then takes it on the way out. Always thinking about where he's going to be in the very next play. Nass. Close shadowing by Rw9. Point blank range reflex save against the close range flick. Just 20 boost to his name here. Rw9 opts to pop the ball into the back corner. That's actually a great bounce for him to work with because Nass kind of has to go for it, which will give the ball away briefly. And in fact, it will give the ball away completely to Rw9, who's clean through. It looks like Nass has recovered brilliantly here. He's lost his back corner boost, and that's a perfect first touch by Rw9. Flip reset, fake at the last second, but the boost steal comes through. Nass in trouble here. Rw9 builds up speed and slots it past him. The pressure eventually caused Nass defense to crumble. 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining. Rw9 on match point. Can he get the job done here? Once again, Nass prioritizing the ball instead of the boost, and he scores to tie the game again. He had the option to go for the boost there, but he says 20's plenty and just shoots bottom left. It really does put a lot of pressure on him. If he'd gone for mid boost, Rw9 would have had more time to position, more time to get back into a good spot. It's going to be Rw9 in a good position here though. Nass, oh, with a great aerial shot attempt. That's a very difficult shot to get on target from that position. The vision by Rw9 on point as he sees Nass back off. Now he's got ground control into an air dribble. Nass jumps up early, and he's going to be landing later, so has to be careful not to get bumped on that landing. Nass interception, 60 boost as he jumps off the wall. Early reset as well. Will the shot be enough? Not this time. Rw9 has bounced off the inside of the post. He's got a lot of boost saved up as well. Will Nass find a way through though? Yes, he will. 6-5. Nass with the flip reset. And then the high dunk over the top of Rw9, who was trying to force the ball into the back corner. That angle was completely blocked. Game 7 just 20 seconds away. And again, Nass able to build up more speed after the kickoff and win the race to the boost. Demos Rw9. He could waste time here. He could just dribble this back and probably win the series. Or win the game, I should say. Not the series just yet. And if he didn't do it there, he could have definitely done it on the continuing play. But he continued attacking. Rw9 keeps it up with a brilliant catch. I mean, that is an unbelievable catch to deny Nass the air dribble into the ground. But it doesn't amount to a shot for Rw9. Nass bumps him out of the way, sends us into Game 7. And what a series between these two. Absolute titans of the one scene right now on the EU server. Another reminder, I am going to be live later on tonight again for a, well, hopefully a 2v2 show match in about 3 hours from now. So take a look at the time. In 3 hours is most likely when I'm going to be live again with a 2 show match. I'll announce what it is later on Twitter. Still to be confirmed. And then after that, we're going to have Drally versus Naupo 1v1. More Morocco versus KSA 1v1 coming up later on tonight. But first, let's find out who will take the initial Morocco versus KSA 1v1. As we still need to find a result here. And every time Rw9 says open up a lead for himself, Nass has responded. That was the closest game of the series in Game 6. It was a great win for Nass, showing that he doesn't just need to get early leads to hold on to wins. He can come back from behind and win as well. And it was that, you know, refusal to lose that enabled Nass to win Salt Mine 3 EU. He was such a difficult player to get out of a series, thinking especially to that Stage 2 win over Drally, where he came back from 2-0 down to win 4-2. Rw9 faking a bump there, keeping Nass guessing on the play. As a minute goes by, still no goals. Rw9 going to let this bounce a little bit lower here. Didn't want to pop it on the first bounce, and instead plays for the dribble and flicks in the opening goal. Yeah, Rw9 didn't want to go for a pop on that first bounce there because Nass was coming into challenge. Let it bounce one more time. It looks like that was the correct idea. Definitely kept Nass guessing. Nass with the win on the kickoff to the right hand side. Catches it into his own dribble. Low 50 off the inside of the post though. The speed is sufficient for Nass to recover and deny the counter attack. It's another Nass possession in the back corner. Not a lot of life in that ball though. He needs to create something here. Opts instead for the low 50. It really was, again, quite a dead ball here. Not a lot of options for Nass. And he's lost a 50 this time. And it's in his net. I mean, he's somewhat killed the bounce on that play. And then took a big risk to try and go across the box and play for possession. Rw9 punishes him, leads by 2, and he might even get an opportunity off this kickoff as well. Nass bumps him from behind as Rw9 hesitated to play the ball immediately. You know, here he comes off the sidewall. It's Rw9 with the air dribble top right, saved. And Nass misses his flick on the counter attack. It was a bit of a stretch to go for that as his boost ran out. And now here comes another counter attack by Nass. Early shot on target, but Rw9 effortlessly pings it into the post, closes the distance, and then pinches it back into the midfield. That's not the best bounce for him though. It's going to be an air dribble for Nass. Rw9 has boost to defend with. Nass going for another low 50. This time Rw9 does not leave the net open. That would have been an open net for Nass if Rw9 left it. Perfect pickup on the boost as it spawns, by the way. Rw9 with the timing, he was leaving the pad. Has he overextended here though? Nass trying to get the ball past him with too much power. He will block the only saving angle and score his first goal of the game. That was a bit of an overextension by Nass. Good final touch on the play there by Nass. If he knew that if he landed, Rw9 was going to trip him up and save the shot. So that one extra touch was necessary to set up the dunk on the goal line. Should be kickoff goal here for Rw9. No, it's a huge save by Nass, who keeps his momentum and surely ties the series. That's incredible. Rw9 thought he had an open goal. I did as well. But Nass stops it and counters to tie. 2-2, just over half the game gone. Nass movement immediately after kickoffs has been faster of the two today. Oh, great save by Rw9. Jumped early, didn't get the read right, but still able to recover. Now here comes Nass again at the other side. Rw9 blocks him one more time. Air dribble from distance. Nass off the ceiling. Rw9 reacts just in time to block him. And what a block it is. He follows up to retake the lead. It was an incredible block by Rw9. Nass had more momentum coming into that exchange, but Rw9 was able to control the 50-50 to his advantage and regain the advantage in the game. A crucial Game 7 it is. flick into the crossbar after Nass's save there. Rw9 trying to turn midfield, and he does. Air dribble off the right wall, flip reset for Rw9. Threatening a bump here, and then the delayed shot. Oh, Rw9 completely fools Nass. The little threat of the bump forced Nass to think hard about what he should be doing here. Rw9 was not flying at him. He was faking as well. 4-2. Straight spawn kickoff. Not historically the best for immediate kickoff goals. That extra boost both players get tends to even out the position a bit and get you into midfield play, which is where we have ended up. Rw9 with the boost steal far side. Nass with just 7 to his name. Pings a weak wall shot towards Rw9, just trying to waste a little bit of time here. Heavy first touch by Rw9, but he's got space! And he's got another top corner. 5-2. Well, that first touch from Rw9 was a bit heavy, but Nass was backing off. He could not close the gap. And now Rw9 just needs to deny a strong kickoff possession play, and he'll be in the clear. And it looks like he's done so. It's going to be a possession for himself even. This is a nightmare scenario for Nass. Rw9 delays the wall takeoff, low reset, disabling the ceiling challenge, and the 50-50 on the goal line goes somewhat even. Rw9 can back off to midfield, grab the boost advantage. Nass hops it high, but he is boostless as he continues the attack. Rw9 in the near post, comfortably defending the first go. This is going to be a little bit trickier though. Nass builds up a big ground shot angle. Rw9 calls the bluff on the fake. And could Nass have just pulled the trigger there? He will be wondering. He keeps that shot out of the back of his net, but with every passing second, this comeback becomes harder. Nass, close range flick on target, turns quickly, takes his time, and snipes the shot with 21 seconds left. 2-goal difference. Now he really does need a strong kickoff possession or a mistake from Rw9. Can Nass get control of the ball? Delayed kickoff. It goes more upwards and over him, indicating that Rw9 must have got a second touch here, but Nass still has an opportunity to go from distance here. Ceiling shot. He's got used his dodge. He needs a reset here if he's going to be threatening much, and he can't get one. Rw9 just plays ball knowing that there's no flip available for Nass, and it looks like he's lost control of the following ceiling shot play as well. That's going to be game over. Game 7 goes to Rw9. Continues to play just a little bit too well on the EU server. Gets a bit of revenge for his most recent loss to Nass as well. GG's, what a series. Nass played spectacularly, but Rw9 on low ping, just a bit too strong. Yeah, thanks to Nass for playing as well. He did leave after saying this, but yeah, thanks to both these guys for playing. Great series between these two. I'm glad that we got a Game 7 since Game 5 was mostly a discussion game. Like to do that, as you all know. I know this is a polarizing thing, but I don't mind it. Just having a little bit of a slow. I don't know. There's just this weird thing that happens sometimes where I'm like, I think this is a bit of a slower game. I think this is just not going to be the close game that we want to see. The last 2 games were very close, so somehow we managed to guess correctly there.